Welcome back to The Void, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first episode of Office Hours. I've been so excited for Office Hours. Office Hours is the best. It's present day. I am shooting this on February 10th, 2025, and today I will be reading your comments. Office Hours is life. Office Hours is where I can talk to you and you can talk to me. I'm still working on the setup. I'm waiting for my new camera to deliver, but the idea is there will be a camera mounted to my desk, there will be lights mounted to my desk, and they will never move. So if I have something on my mind that I want to talk about, I don't have to do a whole bunch of setup. I can just sit down, shoot the video, and send that off to you. You guys can comment and talk to me, and I'll read it on Office Hours. There's the show, which is me doing my thing, doing cool vlogs and stuff, and then there's this show. This is where we hang out. I'll give you channel updates, I'll give you life updates, I'll give you little things that I couldn't fit into a main video. And a big part of what's going to make Office Hours fun is if I have lots of comments to read, and you guys are doing a great job of that. In the past, I even used to get fan art, which would be awesome to have on Office Hours. I probably stopped receiving the fan art because I wasn't reacting to it, I wasn't showing it on the channel. We have a very tiny community, so obviously everybody's got better things to do than just make fan art. But if you want to make something, now I have a place to show it. So far, the season is going about as expected, but I can't help but notice that even after I unlisted all of my LEGO Worlds videos, and I put them in a playlist, so they won't be suggested to you by YouTube, and they won't show up if you search for them, and the only way you can watch them is if you go to my channel and go to the playlist, people are still doing that. They're actively seeking out these videos, tracking them down on my channel so they can watch them. All the people want is LEGO Worlds. Look at this, it's ridiculous. In the past 28 days, I've gotten 130 views on gaming videos, and it's safe to assume most of that's LEGO Worlds. I'm just gonna be the LEGO Worlds guy forever, and people are actually watching the unlisted live streams. I think the only way to get to that is through Discord. Wait, what is this? Top playlist playing my content. Teddy Bear Destruction 2? What the freak? Somebody has 2 playlists of Teddy Bear Destruction videos? Thousands of Teddy Bear Destruction videos? How do you even find these? What? Okay, some of these thumbnails are very disturbing. I don't know how I feel about this being one of my audience members. Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at your comments on the first few videos. I'll probably look at Discord too. I'm just gonna say it, we are so back. Your approach to YouTube is very different than mine, but I can't help but respect it. Your commitment to dependability is very admirable. I'm really digging this idea of us getting to see your dream realized. Can't wait for the weeks ahead. Thank you, Philip. So Philip, if you don't know, has an animation channel. Basically, he makes like animated series about video game characters, like Sonic characters. And I do voices for him sometimes. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, definitely go check him out at Pip Productions. We do have very different approaches to YouTube. Philip and I have a lot of discussions about this. I like how we get to learn from each other. My word, his channel has grown. He's got like 128,000 subscribers now. Dude is in a whole other league. I don't know why he still hangs out with me. I got a question from Jappelsep on Discord. How big of a gap do you expect to be between seasons? I'm still figuring that out. I don't really know. I told him I was thinking like season 2 might start somewhere between January and June of 2026 because I still have to finish the season 1 finale, and there's a lot of work and planning to be done to set up for season 2. And then if I'm going to do the same thing I did with season 1 and shoot all of the episodes before I start releasing them, then that is a huge block of time. But the goal is that each season, the gap between seasons will get shorter and the season will get longer. But lately, I've been reevaluating this plan. You still don't quite know what we're getting into. You've not actually started to get into the depths of the story just yet. You have no idea what I mean by story. You're going to find out. It's coming very soon. The story's already begun. You just don't know it yet. You're in it, and you're almost to the point where the pieces start to come together. I'm so freaking excited. One problem that I'm running into with spending like a year or so making all of the episodes and then releasing all of them is that there's a disconnect between me and you. Like, you guys are seeing new, exciting stuff that you've never seen before right now, but you're watching videos that I made a long time ago, and I've made a lot of videos since then that are way better. I'm not enthusiastic about those videos you're seeing anymore. I think they're bad, so it's hard for me to get excited at the same time that you're getting excited. When you see the video with the bright red thumbnail, that one I'm excited about. That's where you'll start to catch up to me and catch up to where I am now and how I make videos and what I'm excited about. Awesome stuff. Looks like some nice home improvement projects there. Can't wait to see how they come together. Thank you very much. The progress on those things will continue throughout the season. Philip says, deja vu. This video, I was trying to revise it and kind of make it fit in better with the rest of the videos in the season. It just didn't really line up with what the season turned into. So I posted a draft version of the video on Discord to kind of get some second opinions. So that's another benefit to joining Discord, is you get to be involved in that kind of thing. You get to sort of help me plan and create things for the channel. I've been in such isolation for the past couple of years making this stuff and trying not to spoil it. When you've made an entire season worth of videos and no one else has seen them, it's like I have no way to know if this is even good or not, especially after I get past that point of, ooh, I just finished this video and it flows so well, and then it just kind of ages and I make better stuff and I just look back and I'm like, it's really not that good of a video, and now I gotta post it. Patiently waiting for the next video. I recognize this name. Glad people are still here after I went silent for years. Lots of reflecting on the past here. Reflector Man coming soon, confirmed. Sorry, Dio, there is no Reflector Man in Season 1. You know what? We can fix that. The benefit of office hours is I can just do things. Does this look goony? Hang on, this can be better. We can do this better. Now we can properly reflect on the past. Speaking of LEGO Worlds, the episode right before the finale is going to be a big one for you LEGO Worlds fans, or rather fans of my LEGO Worlds series. Now my hair is probably all goofy. Strawberry Cow is doing her best to be first on every video. Oh, I hated this house tour video so much. The footage is garbage and I look fat. I love adding color to any space. It's been fun to find colors that work together that you don't always see together. I've never been able to paint, so I find ways to accomplish it in furniture and decor. That is awesome. And there's something I like about colors that are just slightly off of what you'd normally see. Anything between blue and green is generally taken. It's usually used. But if you take yellow and just tilt it ever so slightly toward green, so it's not lime green, but it's not quite yellow either. Or if you take a red that's ever so slightly orange or ever so slightly pink, something really appealing to me about those shades. Whenever I see them, I'm like, yeah, yes. I agree with this color. Blue chicken, it's like a cousin of green eggs and ham. Congratulations on the first house. That TV surround looks epic, and the functionality makes it even better. Can't wait to see more. Blue chicken. What would we serve with blue chicken? Blue chicken Alfredo. Blue chicken and rice? Blue chicken and rice. That incorporated TV on the wall is really neat. Looks amazing. I bet you opened and closed it a dozen times when you first installed it. You bet I did. I'm super happy with the setup. It does everything I want it to. Just 2 or 3 weeks ago, I hosted a movie night, had a bunch of friends over. It was loads of fun. My friend Brian likes to come over and we'll watch movies like the Godzilla versus King Kong ones. Things with big deep sounds and explosions and stomping sounds, and there are some levels of the sound that doesn't come across at all without these speakers. When we caught up on the series, the next movie was in theaters, so we went to the theater to see it, and we both left the theater being like, the experience is better at my house, the video and the audio. Could be that we just went to a bad theater. I'm enjoying the pointed yet distractible structure of these videos. It's like coming to visit a friend for the day. I love this comment. It tells me I'm doing something right, and it communicates and puts into words something that I've kind of been aware of for a while, but never was able to quite articulate what it is. That's nice. It does feel like that. And office hours kind of adds to that dynamic. We're hanging out. We're communicating with each other. That will continue. I want to have more videos in the future that are even more casual, less centered on music and montages, and just more just hanging out and me showing you neat stuff. There'll be a mix of both. I'm not throwing out anything. I think we underestimate the value of that kind of video, that kind of structure. A lot of YouTube is getting centered on really high production values, almost like television, and we're losing touch with that just casual, personal sort of vibe. That's one groovy wall. Really neat to see the projector technique in action. Also, I love the color chart segment. I thought that was fun. In response to the color combinations chart, we have my cousin Casey. Anna is watching Big Hero 6 while I'm watching this. Can confirm he is red and purple. Nice timing. Orange and blue is Blender. I did not know that. Wait, that's the one that has almost like an orange, almost like Sonic the Hedgehog type thing with a blue eye? Is that what that's supposed to be? That's how I always see it. I've tried to play with Blender a couple times and it's just way too complex for me. I immediately thought of Magneto when purple and red was brought up. That's what I thought. It was like in my head. I had the Magneto Lego minifigure and it was like on the tip of my brain and I couldn't think what that was that I remembered being red and purple. I'm sure you can come up with superheroes for all of these combos. Probably. It actually might be fun to do another color chart video that's just superheroes. Let me know if you want to do that. If I'm not a huge superhero person, most of the main ones that have been in movies lately, I can probably help fill in with those. But if there's enough of you guys that know all the superheroes, let me know if you want to do a color chart for superheroes in an Office Hours video. Also, if you will allow me to be that guy, I will say the name of the movie is Big Hero 6. The character's name is Baymax. Right, and I suppose you're also going to tell me that Frankenstein is a scientist who created the monster called Frankenstein's monster, and that the elf from The Legend of Zelda is actually named Link. Okay, I haven't seen that video in a while, but actually, is he like the 6th big hero? In which case, Big Hero 6 is his title, right? I don't know. I'm probably completely wrong, and I'm not going to look it up. Alyssa Tudor says, "Hey dude, do you remember me still?" Yes, I remember you. All through the production of Topplenaut Season 1, Alyssa Tudor was commenting on my videos and checking up on my progress, reminding me January is coming up soon. Can't wait for your new season. She's been keeping me on track, dude. I'm just glad that after the channel was seemingly dead for over 2 years, there were still people out there waiting for the next video. That's amazing. I do not deserve that. Okay, so this Nintendo DSi video, I second guessed whether I should even post it. It's not really much of a video. I've done this before. It's just me archiving some memories. I just need a place to put them, so I put them on YouTube with all my other video memories. And it's really more just something for me to look back on. So what I ended up doing is I just posted it and I unchecked the box that says notify subscribers and publish to subscriptions feed. So I figured if nobody gets a notification and it doesn't pop up in anybody's subscription feed, then it'll just kind of become like a surprise video in the playlist, and you only find out about it if you go back to rewatch the season through the playlist. It'd be like an Easter egg you can find. But people started finding it anyway, like immediately. And you guys seem to like it, so I guess that's good. Sometimes I don't know what's good. It's literally just me scrolling through stuff on my Nintendo DSi, but you guys were interested in that. We had a fun conversation on Discord of other people talking about their DS memories. Philip says, "I actually feel a lot closer to you knowing this is something we have in common, especially the weirdly manipulated photos. If only you could see the kind of flip notes I had on my DS, you'd definitely see the connection to my YouTube animations." I bet I would. I bet you had some great animations on that thing. See, this is the kind of thing. It's just the casual me showing you stuff from my life. It's fun. And what I really started to learn, especially in the second half of the season, is the videos that I put less work into, I have more fun with, and they turn out better. And then the videos where I'm super focused on making it like a big musical montage thing, they just feel forced and the editing doesn't turn out that good. And I spend so much time on them for them to be one of my less favorite videos. I didn't know you animated. Dude, the way I actually got started with video was doing stop motion animations with Lego minifigures. Brick films, as the internet calls them. Somewhere on the channel, I guess in the Season 0 playlist, there's a video where you can find a link in the description to a playlist that has all of my old Lego animations. So, are you bringing the loudspeaker to the Easter family cookout? I can absolutely do that. You might have to remind me. When someone asks me, who's your favorite rapper? Now I can respond definitively, hamburger chips. Yeah! That's something rappers say, right? Yeah! So, fun fact, back in the day, there was the Snake Cube video, and I did a rap song in the Snake Cube video. And then in the next video, which is the teddy bear video, I was going to do another rap. I wrote it, I performed it, I put it in the video, and it was just really cringy. I didn't like hearing myself sing it, and so I just cut it out. The lyrics were about me like using dentist tools and doing dentistry on this teddy bear and like removing teeth that I've decided you don't need, and I would have to sing it in a creepy sounding voice, and it just didn't feel very me. Okay, let's talk about what's coming. The one with the bright red thumbnail. After I shot and edited that video, something just clicked. I just was like, I've been doing YouTube wrong all this time. This one just felt different. After that, just about everything is different. There's still some of the videos that I made first are sprinkled in throughout the second half of the season. Things get a little out of order. You know how that goes. But the videos that I made from that point forward are just different. And that's where I just really started to realize what I wanted to do. Started to figure it out. People have been asking questions like, when's the story going to start? What if the story is already started and you just don't know it yet? But it is going to speed up. It's going to accelerate. And we're going to dive into it for real. I will be doing office hours again. I don't know when the next one will be, but it's going to be an important thing that will be continuing on the channel. So continue to comment. And also, we have a Discord. The Discord exists so we can use it, but also keep in mind that if you put your comment on the actual YouTube video, that helps me. That tells the YouTube algorithm that this video is good, that people want to interact with this video. So we're just going to have to figure out together what needs to go in a YouTube comment on YouTube to help the channel and what needs to go in Discord so that we can have a longer discussion in text form. Nothing wrong with posting it on both. I honestly don't mind that. So another benefit of office hours is sometimes I make something cool, or I shoot some fun footage, or I have a short story to tell, and I try to work it into a video and it just doesn't fit in the edit. It just kind of throws off the flow of the video and I end up removing it. And then I try to put it into the next one and it just doesn't work. But I want to be able to show you these neat little things. Office hours has less rules, so I can show you this stuff without having to make a whole production out of it. So here's some stuff that I made out of clay during the time span of season 1 that I never really got to fit into a video. Got a sculpture of my coworker's dog because she has store-bought figurines of the people in her family and their pets, but they didn't have a figurine of this breed of dog.
I think I did it. Cats are so incredibly difficult to sculpt, as it turns out, at least for me. It's like in order for it to be properly identifiable and recognizable as a cat, it has to be a very, very specific shape of amorphous blob.
And I did a cat for my friend whose cat passed away. Some things I kind of learned throughout the process of doing these. I kept trying to sculpt it by rearranging the clay. Push clay from one area of the object to the other area. And it wasn't working, so I watched some videos of other people sculpting with polymer clay, and I realized you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to remove pieces and add pieces. Remove pieces where you want it to be smaller, add lumps where you want it to be bigger, and then smooth it out and blend it in. My mom has a miniature decorative village that she puts out every autumn and winter. She has 2 different villages, like an autumn one and a Christmas one, and she loves this thing. So as a wedding gift, I sculpted my mom and her husband holding hands so that they can be in the village. This was definitely one of those projects where I came up with the idea and decided to do it and worry about whether I could do it after I'd done it. Pretty happy with how it turned out. I feel like I could do another one of those. Clay is one of those things that's so versatile. You can do so many things with it that I'm always thinking I should really put more time into this. But I'm always so busy with other things, especially videos, that clay kind of falls by the wayside. So maybe I should do more clay stuff in season 2. Okay, let's talk about toxic comments. Right before season 1 started, I posted a video about some difficult things I experienced. Basically, a few years back, I was in a relationship with someone who had a lot of substance abuse issues and lived a double life. And she ended up gaslighting me and convincing her family that I was crazy and trying to get her back. The strain that built up in me over the course of that relationship, followed by the confusion and the gaslighting and lies, resulted in me getting stuck in a permanent fight or flight response that made my day-to-day life a living nightmare for a year or so. It was a really scary time, and she did her best to make sure her family would never find out the truth about what took place during or after that relationship. It was a difficult thing to talk about in that video. I was pretty vulnerable. It took a lot to post it, but I wanted to share a lot of the things that I learned about the nature of truth and especially how to recognize manipulative behavioral patterns. A few people who are connected to my ex found that video and posted some pretty toxic comments, violating channel rules and YouTube's community guidelines. These comments used a lot of the same manipulation tactics that I described in the video. At least one of the comments added in a bunch of stuff that's not what I said and stuff that never took place, and then attacked me for it. There was a lot of the straw man argument happening. Straw man is a logical fallacy and can be used as a manipulation tactic. Basically, it's where you come up with something that's obviously incorrect, then pretend that your opponent is saying that's true, and then you tell them they're wrong. So basically you end up arguing with yourself about something that no one said. It's the same stuff I've been dealing with for years. I could have responded to those comments or made an entire video breaking down all of the layers of nonsense, because there was a lot of it. But what I've learned over the years is that if someone opens with lies, they're not here for good reasons. They don't even care if what they said is true or not. They're just here to twist things and tear people down. These days, I don't waste time debating with someone about something that's pretend. I took the video down to prevent ongoing toxicity that could impact you guys in our community. A few people reached out to me saying that they've been through similar things, and I'm not going to allow just blatant toxicity and deception on the channel, because frankly, that video was completely disposable. It was made in a rush to accomplish something specific, and that purpose was already accomplished by the time these comments showed up. The video is no longer needed. It's going to end up being redundant because I have other videos in the pipeline that are going to cover all the same topics in more detail, in a way that's going to be more applicable and useful for you guys in the community. After I took the video down, one of these commenters then commented on the season 1 announcement video, taunting me for taking it down. Just straight up bullying behavior, like middle school level bullying behavior. This will not be permitted here. I do want to break down one fallacy because I think it'll be educational for my audience. This is something you're going to run into a lot out there in the world, so I want you to be well equipped for it. One of those comments accused me of judging my ex. And I think one big issue, and I addressed this in that video too, is that a lot of people don't seem to know what judging is or what makes it bad. There seems to be a misconception on that. If I live differently from you, that does not mean I'm judging you. If I have a different opinion from you, doesn't mean I'm judging you. If I state that I disagree with you, that's not judging. If I state step by step something that took place, it's not judging. Stating that the way I was treated was not okay and talking about how it felt and the impact it had on me, also not judging. It is okay to evaluate someone's actions to determine if the way you're being treated is okay, and if this is a person you want to surround yourself with, place your trust in, or expose other friends to. Also, if someone who has the textbook definition of a substance abuse problem comes to you and says, "Hey, I have a substance abuse problem. I want you to hold me accountable." Holding them accountable is not judging. If you're trying to build a world where we can't do the things I just listed, that has some very dark implications. In the video, I did my best to make sure I wasn't making any statements about anyone's worth or anything like that, only to state what the actions were and what impact they had and why these kinds of actions can be harmful. And wherever I could, I even suggested that the things she was doing might have been unintentional, even if it didn't seem like it. Now, I did find a couple of places in the video where it could sound like I was judging, but I was actually just paraphrasing something that she said to me about herself. But that was unclear in the video, so that's another reason to just take that one down. There are plenty of people out there who are trying to misrepresent me. I don't need to do it for them. As a side note, I would be very curious to see these commenters try to create a definition of judging that describes my video, but doesn't describe their comments. I have younger siblings, friends, mentees, and now audience members who are looking to me as an example and for guidance. One of these comments in particular said some things about how relationships should work that have some horrifying implications. I'm not going to teach my little sister that if her boyfriend has substance abuse issues, she shouldn't say anything because that would be judging. And if she dates someone who's always hanging out with a group of guys that are just trashing her all the time behind her back, and he just lets it happen and doesn't say anything and keeps spending time with them, I'm not going to tell her that it's okay because he's just being 20. I'm also not going to show her by example that if her ex lies to a bunch of people about what happened, she needs to keep quiet and hide what she's been through. I will continue to be open about what I experienced and what I learned from it for as long as it continues to be a valuable teaching tool. And I want to give a huge thank you to everyone in the community who commented or reached out to me before these toxic commenters even showed up with so much support and encouragement and reassurance that the message from the video did not come across as an attack. That is the first thing a lot of people said, is that they were really impressed with the way I tackled the story and the way I handled sharing the lessons without trashing the person. Why don't I end out on a Bible verse? Ephesians chapter 4 verses 14 and 15. We must no longer be children, tossed to and fro and blown about by every wind of doctrine, by people's trickery, by their craftiness in deceitful scheming. But speaking the truth in love, we must grow up in every way into Him who is the head, into Christ. Office hours is the best. Office hours is everything. Office hours is the future.